Hello, my name is Edgar Garcia. I'm a personal trainer and a wellness coach. I've been a personal trainer and a wellness coach since 1992, and I've trained thousands of people. And today I wanted to talk about avoiding gaining weight, especially for seniors. Very important. Since 60 to, I would say about today, I'm probably training 60% of my clients are 65 and over, so 65% of them. And one thing I can never emphasize is avoid gaining weight. It's so important not to gain weight in your senior years. The reason being, it causes a lot of problem. It causes a lot of headache. It shortens your life. It burdens your family. It burdens you, and you can't live the life to the fullness if you're overweight. Now, I mentioned that it will shorten your life if you are overweight. And when you're overweight, when you're big, imagine your heart. Your heart's working very hard just to circulate your blood around you, just to provide the oxygen, the nutrients, and so forth. So avoid gaining weight. So this way you don't get a high blood pressure and you don't get type 2 diabetes. And most of all, you avoid getting too much plaque buildup. Even though it's true, most of us probably have some kind of atherosclerosis going on, some plaque buildup going on. If you gain weight, too much weight, you just increase that multiple times. And I wanted to mention one person in particular that I have a problem with because she thinks that every time I train her that she's losing weight. And oftentimes she would tell me, "Oh, look, Edgar, my clothes are fitting really good now. I'm loose around the waist. I'm loose around the pants. And I think I'm just going to be just fine." And then I talked to her husband, and husband would tell me, "No, she's not losing weight. She's actually eating more because she thinks that the workout itself would help her overcome some of the bad habits that she got into." And what I mean by bad habits, and I mean eating junk food. Um, know that you can never really out exercise a bad diet, no matter how much cardio, weight training you do. If you're eating really bad, it won't help you at all. The only way you can overcome a bad diet is with a good diet. And it's very important that you get into a good diet. And if you are overweight, you need to try your best to lose the weight and get into that ideal weight. Now, what that ideal weight is, I don't really know till I see you and evaluate you. Some people it varies. I've had people who have very big bone structure and muscle density, and when I look at him or her, I can tell that the anatomy, the chart that usually that they would recommend that you where your weight should be according to your height, it wouldn't make sense at all. It's like taking someone like Sylvester Stallone, who I think he's 5'9" or something and weighs about 190 pounds. For his height, he should be weighing like 160, 165 around there. It wouldn't make sense at all for someone like him who has a lot of muscles, very lean condition, good size bone structure. Someone like him, like Sylvester Stallone, would look good being 180, 190 pounds. But I wouldn't, if Sylvester Stallone got to be 220, 230, that would be too much for someone like him because I mean, he would be quite fat at that weight. Anyway, if you are overweight, do try your best to lose the weight. And again, to do that, it's through exercise, getting into a good habit of exercise, and getting into a habit of eating healthy. Now, what I mean by exercise, I don't mean just going to the gym, doing weight training and cardio. I mean just being active instead of just sitting down, being sedentary, watching TV, not doing much of anything. Even though you're a senior and you're retired, it's not really an excuse for you to not do anything. Always stay active. And what I mean by that is at least devote 5 hours, about 5 hours, 6 hours or so, a minimum of 4 hours, just doing something. And it doesn't matter what it is that you do. It could be working on cars, could be gardening, could be fixing something around the house, cleaning, so on. Perhaps going to the mall, just taking a walk around there. And of course, going to the gym and getting your workout in. Just, it doesn't matter what it is, just stay active. All right. And also get into a healthy eating habit. And I don't mean that your diet should be all green, all fruits and vegetables. I mean just nice, clean diet. A diet that's low on sodium, low on fat, and low on sugar. And I'm going to talk more about that in the future as to what I mean by that, like maybe give you an example. And of course, I'll talk more about exercise. If you are trying to lose weight, lose it slowly. You don't have to do it fast or anything like that. I've known people who have lost 6 pounds in 1 week, and they get excited about it because I'm training them, and then all of a sudden they went into some kind of extreme diet, and I'll tell them, you didn't lose 6 pounds of fat. More likely you lost 6 pounds of water. And when I have them write down what they ate, sure enough, it is mostly water. Especially people who go into a keto diet, a diet that's mainly based on meat. They would lose tremendous amount of weight. And when I ask them to take off their clothes or their shirt, and I evaluate them, I can see the fat is still there. What they've lost mostly is muscle, not so much as fat, mostly muscle. And it's because when you go on an extreme diet like keto diet, you lose water from your muscles. Now remember, 1 gram of carbs will bind to 4 grams of water. Now if you cut off the carbs, you lose the water. And our muscles are about 70% or more, depending what your condition is. If you're a heavily muscular guy, you will probably have more water in your muscles. So when you go into a keto diet, you cut off the carbs, you will definitely lose a lot of water. And since water volumizes your muscle, you also deplete your muscle size. Okay, so again, I'll talk more about that because I'm not only a trainer, but I'm also, I had a major in nutrition. I also study nutrition. And a lot of people get into this fad diets that's not really healthy. It's better that you eat a nice balanced diet, unless your doctor say otherwise. But anyway, avoid gaining weight, and if you are overweight, try your best to lose weight. And rule of thumb is try to lose about a pound or 2 a week. And if you have a lot of weight to lose, make sure you set up some short-term goals and a long-term goal. Perhaps a long-term goal is something that you can achieve in 6 months. And then short-term goal is something that you can achieve in weeks. So those short-term goals will eventually lead to your long-term goals. All right. So do it slowly, don't rush into it. And again, don't fall into fads out there that can damage your health. And get into good habits. And once you get into a good habit of exercising, being active, eating healthy, you'll actually enjoy it, and your quality of life will definitely better, and you can avoid these from happening. And most of all, you can avoid taking medications that would counteract this. Again, even though medications is good, it is prolonging our lives, and a lot of people get excited about that. They think medication is the greatest thing. It's not. It's not the greatest thing, because when you take medication, guess where it goes? It goes to the liver. Your liver has to filter that. And each medication, they all have side effects. And the side effects are not the best thing there is, not the healthiest thing. So avoid medications if you can by getting into a healthy habit. And again, avoid gaining weight. And if you are overweight, try your best to lose weight. All right. God bless you all. Bye-bye.